What's good with you, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Slap Reacts, and today is the first official Thought Process Thursday. Get that down pat, because it's a series that I'm starting. So the series is basically going to be me breaking down my favorite highlight from the video that I just posted. In this clip, I ended up getting a user Lurk with Roquan Smith, which is right here. So my thought process behind this play was, I see that my opponent is coming out in a 5 wide, so typically I like to run something with a lot of DBs out there. So like your nickels, your dimes. I tend to go with nickel. Right here, I don't usually call match plays, but this is a cover 3 match. As you can see, all my DBs are lined up with wide receivers, and my middle linebackers are lined up with them as well. And you'll see that in match, your defenders will typically run with their receiver until they pass them off into like the next zone. So you'll see everybody running with their man. This middle linebacker, I think that's Trent Simpson, he's going to run with this guy right here, and they're both coming across the middle, right? But my job as a lurker is, my job and your job is to follow my man until I pass him off into the seam flat right here. This guy, he's going to be here. So once Mark Andrews comes across the middle, I'm going to pass him off to this guy. And then me as a lurker, I'm going to look for the next person, the next available person. So you'll see when I press play, Mark Andrews come across the middle. I'm running with him at first. And honestly, you have to make a high IQ play because you don't know whether he's going to pass it right here to Mark Andrews. That'll be probably his first read. But you got to think, he's trailing, and this guy will give him way more yards if he passes it to him because he's wide open. Nobody here to tackle him. So it's kind of like you have to make an IQ play. Run with him as much as you can. And you got to think, well, not you got to think. My thought process is, if he passes it to Mark Andrews right here, I already have this guy in the seam flat breaking down on that. So even if he does pass it to him, it's not going to be that much of a gainer. But if he passes it to this guy behind Mark Andrews, he could potentially get a touchdown. So that was my thought process in this one. And he ends up throwing it to that second player like I thought he would.
Yes, sir, Roquan.
My thought process is, when I'm playing somebody, especially when I'm on defense, I think of what I would do if I was on offense, basically. So I probably would throw the underneath, but if I feel like he's running with the underneath and he's not going to play that second person, then I'm going to throw it to second person, and that's what I read. I took a risk, and it worked out. So if y'all like this, like it up, and see you next week for the next Thought Process Thursday.